Hi folks, welcome to my channel. Today's page is one that I have done for CSI Colour Stories Inspiration. This is the challenge. There was a mood board here, and from it I totally got a sort of beach vibe, so that's where I've gone with. With the title, I started by, I actually made my own cut file for this one. One of the words that was suggested was something please, so I did beach please, and then I am going to pop these letters up on top after I have coloured them. So first of all, just put a little bit of gesso on them, and then the colours that I've used here, I started off with the Distress Oxides Speckled Egg, but I decided it wasn't quite dark enough, so then I put a little bit of Salvage Patina around the outside of that as well to give it a bit more depth. For the warm side I used some Tattered Rose and then Worn Lipstick. I just used my sprayer to give the oxide a little bit of a spray to make it react, give it some little splatters, and then damped it off, and I liked how that looked. There's nothing like a sunburst, so I decided to use those same pinky colours rather than yellow, since there was pink in the theme, and give a bit of a faded out sunrise, sunburst rather, as my background on the page. So I've just used ordinary American Craft cardstock as my background. This is just a orange fine liner pen that I had, and I'm just using that to lightly outline the pink of the sunburst, because there's also orange in the mood board. And I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well just grab the title and take the top ones and outline them as well with another fine liner, which is a turquoise colour. Then it was time to put the two parts of the title together and pop them up. I go through so much foam tape, it's unbelievable. The papers I'm ripping now, they're going to go on the bottom of my page, and they're from the Paige Evans Go the Scenic Route collection. I've still got a bit of this left. I bought so much, I just loved it. I'm just using my nails to curl the ripped edges up a bit on this part. I like, anything that gives things a little bit more texture. And look, more foam tape. See what I mean? This is quite an old photo that I was using. I think probably over 10 years old actually, and both the kids were quite little. And I've backed it also with a bit more of the Go the Scenic Route collection. I like to put a little bit of chipboard in between my layers rather than using foam tape if I can help it. It just makes it a little bit more cost effective, and there's always paper in between. It's not directly onto my photos usually, so it's not usually an issue. I have to laugh when I watch this back because this is where it all starts to get like, I start with a nice clean palette, nice area, and then I end up working in the only like 6 inches that I have available because everything just ends up in front of me. The various ephemera that I've got there are actually all ones that I've fussy cut from the paper from the P13 Summer Vibes collection. It was just so gorgeous, and it was so easy to fussy cut because everything was separate. It wasn't like there were no overlapping pieces or anything. So I think most of the ephemera from there is actually all from that page, including that combi van, which, oh man, that is so cool. I love that combi van, and that was also something that was on the mood board, so I had to include one of those, and so were the surfboards. So I just tucked them in there because that definitely looks like sand. One of the other things was to do some journaling on a signpost. So I used the signpost, and I was going to stick stickers on, but they just were too big. I didn't have anything little enough. I did think about using a Posca pen and writing on it with acrylic, but that wasn't enough either. So that's when I ended up getting out some old Hipkit stamps that I had, and I stamped with Versamark and embossed it with white embossing powder. They had everything on that page that I fussy cut, from Converse sneakers and ice cream through to hibiscus and palm fronds and frangipani. And a couple of really cool parrots, as well as the surfboards and combi van. It was just awesome. It was great for a summer page, and I think I probably used only about half of it when I was making these clusters. So I kind of, when I'm doing this, I put things down, I take them off. I put them down, I take them off. I stick them down, I decide I still don't like where they are, so I end up taking them back off. So this goes on for a little while, I'm sorry. Once I'd started to get the idea of how I wanted the main photo and cluster to look, it was starting to look a little bit on the unbalanced side. So I grabbed some more of the Paige Evans papers, and I thought I'll make a little cluster up the top to balance things out a little bit. So I just used the same 3 papers and then some more of the fussy cut items up there. Always have to put on a little bit of something extra, so I knew that I wanted to put something in the middle of the sunburst, so I had this wonderful flare that just says long hot summer, so that's what went in there. And to me, just about a page isn't really a page without some Bramble Fox acrylic. So I've also got a really cool little hibiscus tucked up on the corner of the photo. There'll be another couple yet to come. I think I have an arrow that is going to go up on the top of the photo, and my little blue sunglasses you can see down the bottom there by the surfboards also. The little round stickers are also from the Summer Vibes P13 collection, but I thought I might be able to use them, but I didn't in the end. This netting tape is also something I use quite often as a layering feature. It's a little bit coarser than tulle, and I quite like the way that you can sort of shape it the way you want it. It's just easy to, I think you can usually get it in like florist shops, and I've just trimmed it and stretched it a little bit and tucked it under. It's under my photo and on the bottom, and it's also just, I tucked it and stretched it under the cluster up at the top as well. I've also done my journaling in the same pen as I used to outline the word beach, and then the final step was just to use some Nuvo drops to make some little hearts because they were also on the mood board. I hope you like it. It was a nice, fun, bright and easy, not too hard page to do. And if you do, please give us a thumbs up and consider following my channel. Thanks.